Welcome to ETN Community Spotlight, where we shine the light on a local nonprofit organization. I'm Derrick Silas. Join me as we talk to today's special guest. Paula, tell me the history and purpose of Park Avenue Thrift.
Park Avenue Thrift, our purpose, we started to help the quality of life in Enid. And we began preparing the building where we're located in July of 2007, and we opened on October 1st of that same year. It took us 3 months to get everything ready and get it all under control. But it really began because the city of Enid was looking at some cuts that they were going to have to make in some of their budget toward helping some organizations that do a lot for Enid. And that particular time, the three organizations were this television network, which was called Pegasus at the time, and also Leonardo's, our children's museum, and our Main Street program. And they still do fund those things, and I'm really thankful for that. But at that time, they were having to make some cuts, and we thought, well, how could we help Enid and these organizations sustain themselves, or at least not have to worry so much about funding? And so we got the idea of the thrift store, and it just kind of took off. We called those organizations in. We included also Gaslight Theater and the Enid Symphony Orchestra. And of course, now that the television network is here where it is, it doesn't need our assistance now. It's from the city. And so Creative Arts Enid is another one of the main ones that we're really looking toward to help them fund so that they can continue to operate and provide a wide variety of things for people to do here in Enid. And so it's really, then we branched out from that, and we do a whole lot besides that. But we want to concentrate on the arts and education and broad community quality of life.
Okay. So it began in 2007.
Yes.
And now Park Avenue Thrift gives 100% of its proceeds to nonprofit or to community endeavors.
That's correct.
Are all the workers there, are the workers volunteers or paid?
No, we have 30 paid employees.
Okay.
And the reason you pay employees is because the work is too hard.
Right.
And volunteers have other schedules, and this absolutely has to get done. And so on top of giving away what we profit, what our profit is, we also provide these jobs for people.
Okay.
And so that's really a cool thing as well. Our employees are real dedicated. They do a wonderful job with the things that people bring us. They're very friendly, they're very accommodating. So just when you bring your stuff, I think it's a great experience. But also when you come shopping, it's an even greater experience because our store is 20,000 square feet of organized, beautiful merchandise. What people give us is really wonderful. And when we put it out in a really nice way. Smells clean, it's bright, cheerful, colorized, all organized. It's a great place to shop. If people haven't been in, they need to come.
Okay. So what is your role in the organization on a day-to-day?
My business partner, David Hume, and I were the ones that came up with this crazy idea, and so we're actually called co-founders.
Okay.
And so it's our job to interact in the community, to find out where the needs are, or to receive requests from people, and also to speak in the community. We also manage the funds as well and do the promotional kinds of things. And then we have two managers that run the operation itself. We have a general manager who does HR and the things in the store, and we have a processing manager who makes sure all of the stuff is appropriately taken care of and displayed.
Okay. Now, can you tell me how Park Avenue Thrift impacts the Enid community?
Well, how much time do we have? Because I think that the things that we do make a really huge impact on our community. When you get an article that comes out in the paper and says Enid's one of the top 10 cities to live in the nation, those kinds of things that all of the people in the city of Enid itself are working hard to put forward, we're part of that because we have the longest continuously operating symphony in the state of Oklahoma and maybe west of the Mississippi. We have the largest volunteer-built community playground in the world with our Leonardo's Museum. We have a not world, but state praised, I'll come up with the right word, a state-praised Main Street program. Our Main Street manager was Program Director of the Year for all of the state of Oklahoma last year. Our Gaslight Theater troupe is over 45 years old and has the only free Shakespeare in the Park program anywhere. Creative Arts is a premier Enid studio, and they're doing things. Our educational program gets wonderful support, and the things we do for our public schools make a huge difference in Enid. Anything you do to raise the quality of life or to make Enid be a better place to live raises the quality of life for everybody.
I agree.
And we don't just do those kinds of things, we also do things that you would call benevolent. We made a $180,000 commitment to Loaves and Fishes when they started so that they could hire a director and get that going without worrying about that funding right to start with. And we send them a check every month and make sure that we're supporting them. We provide vouchers to every public school in Enid that can send somebody to our place to get a pair of shoes or a backpack or a coat or anything that might be needed right then for a kid to be able to do well in school. We also provide that for several helping agencies. Our Daily Bread sends a lot of people. Some of the downtown churches do. Youth and Family Services, DHS, Drug Court even has vouchers so that people that are there who are trying to better themselves can come and get something when they really need it. And so we do that on a benevolent level as well. We support RSVP every year that we support their volunteer banquet. We pay for the Child Advocacy Council banquet every year so that the money that they make from that goes directly to the things that they're doing. So in the benevolent area or in the education area or in the arts, we're all over. I went to a meeting one time and somebody said something was coming up and I said, oh yeah, we're sponsoring that. And someone else said, well, what aren't you sponsoring? And it would be easier to answer that question. But I really think Enid is a better place because of Park Avenue Thrift.
Yeah, I see that you guys do a lot, and I'm glad to hear all of the things. I didn't know of all the things that you guys did. And speaking of the arts, the Emerging Artist Gallery, I know that you guys are involved with that. What is it all about, and what is Park Avenue Thrift's role on that?
Okay, well, it is our little gallery. We named it the Emerging Artist Gallery. A good friend of mine, Margaret Moss, she and I are fellow Episcopalians, as are David and I. We're all Episcopalians. But she came up with the idea. She's a big art person and always pushing art. She came up with the idea the very first month that we opened of having art contests for public school children. Okay. And so our very first one was that first year we did a quilt block coloring contest. All the students from Enid Public Schools could enter. And that very first year we had 220 entries of all of the kids from first through fifth grade, sixth grade at that time. And then the teacher, if that student placed, then this teacher won money. Right. And so now we sponsor a fourth grade contest in October, a fifth grade contest in December, and we have our fourth grade contest, I said fourth, but I meant third, fifth, and then fourth grade contest comes up Valentine's Day. These kids are doing an entry. It's called Letter Perfect, and they're going to draw their entries. Our last contest was just fifth graders. We had 472 entries. Just from fifth graders in the Enid Public Schools. Okay. And so when these students, usually there's 5 categories and they pick a category and they draw, well, they get a first, second, third, or an honorable mention, and the teacher wins money for taking the time in the classroom to do an art project and to submit it. We believe that art enhances all of the other disciplines in learning. We think that art helps your math, and art helps your reading and observation and all of this. So Crazy Margaret, my good friend, she came up with these ideas. We have 2 things at our thrift store that you probably won't find in any other thrift store in the world. And one is an art gallery, and the other one is our little chapel. But the little art gallery, people can go by all day long and see the art that's been put up there, done by our students here in our Enid Public Schools. And we're going to give $500 to the teacher at Longfellow to buy art supplies and things for his class. Okay. So it's a win-win. The kids are going to get gift certificates too, so. Okay. It's a fun thing. It's our Emerging Artist Gallery. They're emerging, and we're helping them.
Okay. I was looking at your website. It says that the donations turn into community gifts in the form of money to local nonprofits. How many contributions have you total since opening in 2007?
Our website says right now $1,847,000. $1,847,000
That's
has been given away since the first day that we opened. And of course, the first year it was not as much because we were still opening a new business, which
Right.
takes money and whatnot. But the first million was a little tougher. The second million has been a lot easier
Okay.
to earn, and then much fun to give away. David and I have the best job in Enid because we get to give people money. I mean, would you be glad for that or what?
That's awesome.
We will pass $2 million given away before the end of this year, and so we're probably going to make a big deal about that at some point and invite people to come in and applaud with us.
Okay.
It's really almost $2 million, a lot of money.
Now, I know you all give, will receive donations as in clothing.
Mm-hmm.
What other donations do you receive?
We like to tell people that we will take anything except live animals and small children.
Okay.
However, we can't take a stained mattress.
Right,
We
right.
can't take a broken down couch.
Okay.
When people bring those things to us, we have to pay to have them hauled away.
Okay, okay.
We don't get free trash service. And so if people bring it to us and dump it on us, then we have the problem of getting rid of it. I'll tell you right now, you can't sell a tube television. If it's not a flat screen, people just won't buy it. They already know how old it is. They already know it's got what hour left in it or something like that. So there's a few things, like a water bed, they're just not wanted by people. I don't want an upright grand piano that has half the keys that don't work.
Okay.
So there's a few things like that that we don't want, but we sell everything in our store. We sell toys and media, books, records, tapes, vinyl. People love to buy vinyl. They'll even buy a VHS tape. So you don't have to worry about bringing us a cassette or a VHS tape. People will buy them.
Okay.
And then we also sell shoes and purses and hats and belts and clothes. And we have a whole area donated to the Guy Room where we sell tools and hardware and pet supplies and garden things and home improvement and sporting goods. And I mean, it's just about everything we can sell. I'll tell you what we really need, if you let me say
Yeah.
that. We really need furniture.
Okay.
When people donate furniture, it makes a huge difference. And people are looking for furniture that just doesn't cost out the wazoo. And so if people will donate us a chair or a bedroom set, or we treat all the mattresses, as long as it's not stained, we'll take it. We love to get it. And dresser drawers and dining room sets and bookcases and
So things
all
for the
of that.
house.
Oh yes, things for pictures, all
Well,
of
I'm
that.
running out of time, so
Dang.
tell me what is the best way to contact or contribute to the organization?
You know, if you can drive by, just do it. Just drive by on the south side of our building. There's a big door there, and we'll take your donation, give you a tax receipt. You can call if you're in the Enid area, and we'll pick it up.
What's the-
233 Park.
Okay.
So the lowest exchange in Enid, 233 PARK 7275. Give us a call, and we'll be happy to come by Tuesday through Saturday and pick the stuff up. You got garage sale leftovers? We'll come and get them.
Okay.
And that's the best way.
Well, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, I was so glad to be here. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
All right.